Hello there and welcome to the Puddle. I'm Chuck, the Puddle's computerized voice, and I'm going to talk you through this video, as nobody has the bottle to do a voiceover and everyone sounds like nails scratching on a blackboard. Today we are going to attempt the making of a fully commissioned lunar-powered sleigh for Santa. I don't hold out much hope, as a friend of mine once said that he's seen a blindfolded chimpanzee with better joinery skills than me. You'll need 4 sheets of 18mm plywood, a jigsaw, a chop saw, a drill, an impact driver, screws, lots of sandpaper, and probably a backup option to buy one from Amazon, or you'll run the risk of disappointing the kids again. Get this wrong and you'll be forever known as the person to finally destroy Christmas and all the hopes and dreams left in the world. No pressure then. Well, let's get cracking and give it a go, and see how much of a mess we can make. Start out by printing off a simple sleigh template and then transfer the image to a sheet of plywood. We make this step a little easier by drawing grids onto the template and the plywood. Because we are rubbish at drawing, this helps us to sketch in smaller sections using each grid square as a reference. Now, before we start properly, remember, safety first. If you don't know how to use power tools correctly, then don't use them at all, or do what we did and use a sacrificial member of the family that gets on everyone's nerves. This way you'll never get hurt. Drill some starter holes for the jigsaw blade in the waste parts of the plywood. Don't drill through the sleigh bodywork, as this will result in loss of aerodynamics and Santa could crash before he gets the chance to deliver the tangerine and socks you've been looking forward to. Take the jigsaw and carefully cut out the outline to the sleigh. Remember, take your time, this will increase the chances of getting it right and reduce the opportunity of losing a finger. Once you have successfully cut out the first side of the sleigh and danced in jubilant triumph around the workshop, remember to sand all the edges. Otherwise you'll soon realize that kids are a lot softer nowadays and will demand hospital treatment for a splinter. Use the magnificent creation you have made as a template for the second side of the sleigh. Do this by laying it flat on a fresh sheet of plywood and draw around it. Now, you are ready to drill, cut and sand the second side of the sleigh. Don't forget to send pictures to everyone you know so that they can applaud your superior skills. If they mock, then simply delete them from your contacts forever and never talk to them again. Well done. Believe it or not, that is the hard work done. Have a cup of tea and maybe even a biscuit to celebrate. The rest is really quite simple, as it is just a series of rectangular pieces of plywood that are cut to size for the bench, floor, and front of the sleigh. It is at this stage that I probably should have recommended using a circular saw for these cuts rather than a jigsaw. Another good tip is to use the width of the plywood sheet as the width of your sleigh, as it will cut down on waste and stop you from trying to convince the world that you intended to cut it as wonky as a donkey with 3 legs. Using the offcuts of plywood from the template, cut some battening strips and screw them to the sides of the sleigh so that the bench, floor, and front panels can be attached. It is probably a good idea to use a ruler and a spirit level to make sure that both sides match and are level. Otherwise Santa might slide out of the sleigh at high speeds. We didn't bother doing this as we are planning on making a Santa parachute out of bin liners in our next video. Once everything is screwed together, that is pretty much it for the basic sleigh. We are going to use the excess plywood to add a little definition and then give it a paint job that'll have Banksy phoning for lessons. Please remember to like, subscribe, and most of all, keep smiling.